Good morning. Saturday the 14th. It's 5:21. Sleep in a little bit. I made the executive decision last night to run 8 miles today. April 26th. I know I talked about in other videos. I ran a marathon, and after that, took some time off, gave my legs some time to heal, and then got back into it, and I kind of started kind of hot after about a week. I mean, I ran some, but nothing high miles. I ran some, and then when I started to ramp up, I was doing some speed work and stuff. But anyway, I started getting shin splints and had to regroup from there. And in doing that, I haven't really had any higher mileage weeks. So 8 miles will give me right at 30 miles for the week. So I'm just gonna be happy with that. Maybe I'll go past that. Maybe I'll stay at 30 for a little bit. They say you're not supposed to increase 10% week over week to help avoid injury. And being someone that did not listen to that before, I was faced with some IT band issues and some runner's knee and yada yada yada. So I'm gonna try to avoid that and just do 8 miles this morning. So like I said, I got to sleep in. Yeah, so I'll fire back up when I get going, start the run, and we'll get 8 miles in today. Lap 1, 10:34, slow and steady, keeping the heart rate down. After yesterday's run, be good for a little heart rate right here. Lap 2, 10:25, still in the green with the heart rate, doing good. See you in a mile. Lap 3, 10:46, going up this hill, trying to keep the heart rate low. So kind of tough, but we did it. See you in the next lap. Lap 4, 10:28, still doing good, keeping the heart rate down. Nice easy pace for me. Yeah, see you in a mile. Lap 5, 10:40, ran into another runner, out getting work in. But yeah, still feeling pretty good. Heart rate's starting to jump a little bit, so we'll see how that plays out. Try to keep this pace up. See you in another mile. Lap 6, mile 6, I think 10:30. I wasn't paying attention. I got stopped and got to meet a couple pit bulls that nice as can be. Just super happy to see somebody. But anyway, 2 more miles to go. Feeling good. Heart rate is right where it needs to be, especially with that little stop back there. But all right, see you in a mile. Lap 7, 10:04. Must have been in the downhill. 1 more to go, and we'll have 30 for the week, 8 for the day. See you in a mile. Lap 8, 10:37. I was gonna stop 8 miles, but not quite home yet. So I'll see you in about half a mile. All right, done with the run. Average pace 10:28. Feeling good. Had that PR 5K yesterday. Legs a little sore, but feels good. Yeah, I guess takeaway or a small little TED talk here before I go into my long video. If you want to check that out, it's on YouTube at BRAN, B_RAN. My name's Brandon. So anyway, yeah, my small little TED talk is gratitude. Heard a song by Brandon Lake gratitude, and I'm a spiritual person, so gratitude from God, gratitude from I have gratitude. I'm just gratitude for my wife, my kids, it being Father's Day weekend. Just, I don't know, special. But anyway, gratitude. Yeah, so if you want to check out the rest of my, go through my stats and everything, go check me out on YouTube. Thanks. Till next time. All right. Just got done running the 8 miles, my long-ish run. Got me 30 miles for the week. I know I talked about it earlier. I was trying to figure out what to run today, and landed on 8 miles to get me 30 miles for the week, to try to ramp up a little slower. I guess discretion is the better part of valor. Probably could have ran a little more. I'll tell you what though, because I ran kind of a low zone, tried to take it easy. That was tough mentally. You feel like, is this productive? Is this productive? Is this productive? Because I'm running slow. But studies, researchers, who might argue with all them? So, and then about halfway through something kind of, I was fighting the whole, hey, you don't need to do this. You can go home or you can run faster. And about halfway through, something really cool happened where I just kind of relaxed and started to enjoy the run. Started to look around, met some dogs, met some people, saw a groundhog, saw some rabbits and some ducks. It's kind of cool. So, I don't know. It was more of kind of being in the moment. Something that I miss sometimes when I'm out running is being in the moment. So, go over the stats real quick, and then I'll go over how I feel overall. The stats, I know I talked yesterday a little bit about the stats, how you can look at them and hang your hat on one thing that went well. And let's see, I'm going to pull it up. 8.49 miles. Laps or miles: 10:34, 10:25, 10:46, 10:29, 10:40, 10:22, 10:04. That was after I met the dogs. Probably just give me a boost of energy there. 10:37, and then the last half mile was at 10:31 for a total of 10:30. So yeah, that was kind of what I wanted. Just a slower, easier pace this morning. In the charts, average pace 10:30. My best pace was 9:25 per mile, so I didn't, fluctuate too much. I know that's a whole minute, but it wasn't very long that I was running at those paces. Mainly it was down the hill that I have to run up. Heart rate 142 average, 160 high. A little higher than what I was kind of wanting, so kind of failed there. We'll give that an F. Training effect was aerobic. Elevation, I had about 100 feet of elevation differential about 2 times. Power, that's something that I'm going to hang my hat on. Stamina started at 97%, ended at 68%. My cadence, I stayed around the 164. 174. Stayed around the 180. 187 was my maximum steps per minute. But this is what's cool, is I talked about a little yesterday, is my cadence never really changes from fast or slow. I just change my stride length, so how much effort I put into the stride. And it was 0.88. Yesterday was 1.22, so that's like 0.4, so almost a little under a half meter in stride length. So that's where I never changed my cadence. So I kept my running form. I just didn't stride out. I didn't push real hard. Vertical ratio, wasn't the greatest. 8.9% was the average. It shows here orange. I'm guessing that's not good. Vertical oscillation was 7.8 centimeters, so I think that's good from the colors that I see here. Ground contact time, 268 milliseconds, so that's not too bad. I did walk for a second. I had to change my music. And heart rate zones, I wanted to stay in What my zone is 3, which is under 143 beats per minute. I did that for 40 minutes, but then for 49 minutes, I was in between the 144 to 161. Primarily, there's probably 147, 148, the 150 maybe, but still a little higher than what I wanted it to be. So overall, I didn't exactly do what I wanted. I will say that I'm going to hang my hat on my cadence. I was able to keep my feet turning and get used to that. Kind of locked into that there, and then my stride length, even though it was low, that's how I got the slower run. That's how I got the more easier run. And I am going to hang my hat on the fact that I was in the power zone of 1 all but 3 minutes. So all but 4 minutes. So that's good. It's good. So those are the numbers. I like stats, but I also like feels. So let's talk about how I feel in depth. Feel good. Legs feel good. Body feels good. Heart feels good. Mind feels great. My mind feels amazing. And so yeah, that's usually, and that's my post-run thought process as far as the run goes and how I feel. Thoughts on the run. I know I talked a little bit about gratitude, and the song by Brandon Lake came on, and it just kind of, you start thinking about all the things that you're grateful for in life. I'm grateful to have 2 legs to be able to run on. Not everybody can say that. I'm grateful to have the time to go run. I'm grateful for a wife that supports my running habit or hobby. I'll call it more of a habit than a hobby. And I don't know. And I'm grateful for my pup. Come here. And then meet Mr. Yachty. I did not name him. Not that I don't like Yachty or Molina, but he was rehomed to us, and they were big fans of St. Louis Cardinals. So I'm in the St. Louis area, and they named him Yachty after Yachty or Molina. So he's my buddy. He's my guy. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for tagging along in the run. If you've made it this far, like, subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to keep cranking these videos out for anybody that wants to see them. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Love you all. Bye.